Some fairy tales don't have happy endings. TikTok in recent days have been showing me a lot of clips from the movie La La Land. And I think it's because I posted a few singing duets with the movie's main theme song. And I'm a big fan of the movie. And for those of you who don't know, the movie is about two characters, an aspiring actress named Mia, that's played by Emma Stone, and an aspiring jazz musician named Sebastian, that's played by Ryan Gosling. And it was their romantic love story as they built their career in Los Angeles. So the TikTok clip that was shown to me this morning was an interview with the writer-director Damien Chazelle, where he was asked why didn't he give the story a happy ending. There was this scene right at the end when Mia and Sebastian were looking across to each other across a cloudy room. And at that point, the movie could have ended with them running towards each other, embrace, and live happily ever after. But the director chose instead for them to have a brief smile with each other, turn around, and walk their separate ways. So the way that the director was explaining it in this clip I saw this morning was that if they had stayed together, then for us audience we would be wondering just what happens to them next. But the way that he chose the ending is that it was an actual ending. To that I say, well, it may all make sense in terms of emotions and in terms of the artistry and in terms of storytelling. But what about all of us poor fans who sat through the movie and all the emotions that goes with Sebastian and Mia's fairy tale, and then to have our hearts torn out at the end? We want a happy ending. But life's not like that. In life, we built up a lot of endings that we wish to have, but they don't all happen that way. We go to races and competitions and we picture ourselves winning. We go to school and college and we expect to pass that final exam, then complete our certificate and move on to our career. We start a job and we expect our career to be a rewarding one. But they don't always go like that. What do we do when they don't? I've been married and I've lived through divorce. It is something I rarely touch on because it involves privacy of a lot of people beyond my own. But one thing that's not a secret is that divorce is painful. The end of marriages is painful. Among all the things that I dealt with at divorce, I remember there was this one big question that took me a long time to find an answer to, that I'm still trying to find the answer to. And that is, can I tell a positive story about my life? To myself, most of all. Do I have a story that includes the pain and the ending, but still I cherish the life I lead? I do not wish any parts of it away, any parts of my history away. How do I let those painful parts sit with me while still looking forward to the future, to relationships, to connections? Now, to me, why the processing of endings is so important is because, in a sense, I know how my life is going to end. It's the same as how your life is going to end. We will die, we will be gone, and people will cry. And in my life, I've cried at many funerals for a lot of people I love. And at those ending points, it is painful. It's the grief and the loss and and holding on to all those memories and the emotions that go through the memories, but having nowhere to go with them. And the fear of what life will be like without these people that are so important to us. But as the initial surge of grief passed, I recognized that their lives didn't end because they all live in me. Their stories continue with me. From my dad and my grandparents, and all the way to family and friends who are younger than me, who went before I was ready for them to go. Their stories did not end because their lives live in all of us whose lives they touched. And one day, hopefully not anytime soon, my time will come. I will be gone. And I believe my children and maybe grandchildren, they will cry. Because it's sad. It's sad that our fairy tale had to end with one of us leaving. But I hope that when that happens, that they too will learn to laugh. Because they remember that our fairy tale is made up of so much more than just the end.